was a different sport, and it was March. I think we would call what we just watched a bracket buster. The sixth time that a sixth seed has advanced past the divisional round since 1990. For context, there have been 66 seeds in that time. This never happened. Congratulations to the Titans and the Niners also, and welcome to NFL Total Access with Sean O'Hara and Willie McGinnis, who isn't completely surprised tonight.
No. I mean, it's the playoffs. Anything could happen, right? So it was a great game. Titans, man, they did it.
I'm Lindsay Rhodes. Let's take a look at the way that they did it.
It is what it is. That's just the hard truth.
Harsh words about his own team.
Right.
Marlon Humphrey, what do we think of that?
Well, I think they're frustrated. They didn't expect to lose, like you said. They were riding high. They expected to play better football. And all the references to what happened, choking, the car crashes and all that, just tell me you weren't prepared for the moment. You got to understand playoffs. The level, regardless of your record and stats and all those things, don't really matter. But the level of the game goes up, regardless of who you're playing. And it just seemed like they were kind of complacent and they were relaxed and feeling good. Thought that they were just going to roll into the Super Bowl, and that's just not the approach you take.
Sean, is it even fair to compare this year's loss to last year's loss? I feel like they're such totally different situations. Last year, you have a rookie quarterback who was thrown in at the last minute. This year, though, you built the whole team around him. You've had a lot of success. Right. They just feel different to blend them together.
Yeah, they definitely felt like more of a juggernaut offense this year. They were unstoppable, but the defense in the second half of the season as well. So that's why it's a little tough to put your finger on all that, but disappointed to handle it like that. Be a man, take the L, all right? Stick together. Don't throw your boys under the bus. That's another accident in itself.
As for the games coming up tomorrow, we have two more ahead. Seahawks in Green Bay to warm up shirtless to make a point about how tough they are. Because there's always one of those in these kinds of games.
You definitely go sleep.
Yeah, you got to go sleep.
Don't
what
be
are you
silly.
talking about? You do not have to go sleep.
Yes, sir, we do.
Wear all of the clothes.
No, you go straight Elsa. The cold never bothered me anyway.
J.J. Watt, you had a chance to sit down with him earlier in the week to talk a little bit about this game for an interview that will air tomorrow morning on game day morning. What did you take away from that?
Well, they're excited about the opportunity. They love going into a hostile environment. He talked about how crazy the fans were and they like their chances. And when you talk about this defense and some of the things they're going to have to overcome, I would say playing the Kansas City Chiefs offense, you have to survive the chaos, all the different things you're going to see on offense. Here's how dangerous he is. So with the Kansas City Chiefs, you're going to see a lot. They're going to do a lot of moving and shifting early. You got to be able to survive the chaos and be disciplined and weather that storm initially.
Start fast when you're on the road in Kansas City. That place gets loud, as you know, and you don't want to get off to a slow start, which they did when they played them earlier this year.
Texans ran the ball down their throat last time they played them. They controlled the clock. If they do decide to take a different approach this time and air it out, it sounds like they will have Will Fuller. He is a game-time decision.
Great.
James
Huge
Palmer
difference.
says
Even better if he catches the 3 touchdowns that he dropped last time.
How about the other game, Sean? As an offensive lineman, I'm sure you are looking at the Seahawks offensive line. Their pass pro has been much better these last couple of weeks, but it hasn't been the best season in that department for them. Do you expect them to be the good Seahawks offensive line or the bad Seahawks offensive line against the Smiths?
I think they're going to struggle. And look, when you're playing in Green, leads the league in quarterback hits. He's got 13.5 sacks. He could be a big handful. I expect them to line him up over DJ Fluker, who has really struggled with jumper out guys, and their center, who is filling in for Justin Britt. He's struggled a little bit too, Joey Hunt.
Who'll be playing left tackle for them? That's a big question to keep your eye on for a pregame. Dwayne Brown, the left tackle, and his backup, George Fant, they're both game-time decisions. So we'll watch that. This year, Microsoft Surface and the NFL launch the first ever Anything But Ordinary at 9 a.m. Eastern with Good Morning Football, then turning it over to Rich and the Game Day Morning guys at 11. First up, it is Texans and Chiefs at 3:05 Eastern. Who's going to win it?
I'm going to take the Chiefs on this one. I think their defense is much improved from the last time they played. Chris Jones could be the X factor in this game.
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans. I think they're not afraid to go into Kansas City and play a great game, and I love the way they're playing.
We're split there. How about Seahawks Packers?
I'm going to take the the Packers.
No,
I like
you had
the
to think about that.
defense,
Not
yeah.
sure who did I
Give me
think?
Aaron Rodgers at the end of the game with a touchdown pass to Jimmy Graham for the Jaguars.
Yeah, and I was going to go with the Packers first, and I just changed my mind. I'm going with the Seahawks.
Did you
I'm
just
going with
change
the
your
road
mind?
teams. Yes, I did. I'm going with the road
Change
teams.
that.
He just raised the 12.
Change it.
Since
I
they
want
don't play
visual
no more,
confirmation.
since
You
they
have
don't
it
play no
verbally. Seahawks. Just to fight with Sean. We'll see how it holds up. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
One-on-one.